So, I've seen Longlegs. Gotta be honest. Wow, that was a crazy film to watch.
To all of this.
Cast Nation, welcome back to a brand new review of the channel. So today we're talking about Longlegs. I felt that I wanted to see the trailer for so badly. I never had a chance to see it, but I heard it's the scariest film of 2024. Now, question is, how legit is that? We're talking about that and much more in today's review, starting with the good, which is this film for the very opening gives you the most eerie vibe possible. And I won't spoil what it is really, but it's basically the film is in a squared frame, if you will, which is kind of weird. You don't believe me? Watch the film for yourself, obviously. And essentially, a character approaches another character in the very beginning, and they're just talking, having a conversation, but the way it's happening, the way it's framed, it's like, ooh, like I'm so uncomfortable just by watching this already. I was like, this is just kind of weird. The music, how it was going on, how the character was speaking in general, the vibe, the atmosphere, if you will. And after that scene takes place, we get to the part one of the movie. It's just, I love it how the way we get to see the character, the main character of the film, played by Micah Monroe, Agent Harker, if you will. How literally she has this intuition. She knows certain things that people don't really realize or don't notice. And a specific scene will take place in the very beginning of the film where she's thinking that something's happening. She tells her partner at the moment in time, hey, boom is going on. No, that can't be a thing. Well, guess what? It maybe is. And needless to say, they found the very hard way. She might have been right all along. Now, Nicolas Cage, I never, like I said, I didn't see any type of promo for this film other than a couple of screen grabs. I never saw him in this full costume and makeup, and I gotta be honest, oh my God, he creeped me out. From the minute he's on screen, the way he's acting, his dialogue, it's like, I don't want to be near him. I don't want to see him. Get him away from me, please, please, please. And this film will give you lots of clues to uncover and unpack, okay? Because essentially, this person, this agent, if you will, Agent Harker, is able to basically put these together much more quickly than the other people around her are. And it's a kind of mystery. Why is she able to do certain things that these people can't do? Like, why is she able to decipher the clues, to look for certain things other people are not looking for, without going in detail away, without spoiling anything for you? I will say is this: the ending explains perfectly why she's able to do what she does. And I will say this too, is that I love the ending specifically. But we'll get to that in a second. But first, I'll talk about Carter. Now, Agent Carter is the guy that she's with for half the film after something happens to her partner. And I like that how he basically challenges her a lot, tells her to do certain things, and he basically invites her to his house. You see, she's very uncomfortable with being around a lot of people. It's like she's so focused on the mission at hand, on what she's trying to uncover, you know, the objective, if you will, that when she's around other people, has to socialize. It's very unsettling. It's very uncomfortable for her. Like, she's in a room with a girl, for example, a little girl, and it's just very, very wooden, very just like, ugh, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be near you. And it's kind of understood why, because of where she comes from, if that makes sense. And honest to God, like I said, it's just an eerie atmospheric film. Now, one thing I want to tell you this: if you're walking into this film specifically looking for a slasher film, that's not what you're going to get. There are some kills in this film, yes, but it's not a film where you see this guy going around hacking people left and right. This is not an inner nature. This is not a Michael Myers or a Jason film, okay? That's not what you're going to get in this film. This was specifically a girl trying to solve the murders that are taking place. It's like, how does this make sense where a family is killed by these circumstances and it doesn't make any sense? Like, even to me, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. How is it this guy is doing this to his family, but yet there's no fingerprints, no this, no that happening? But of course, once you get the final piece of the puzzle, it's like, oh, okay, I got you. Now, the whole time, you'll be guessing the mystery. Okay, that's it. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And even my after the reaction with Gabby, I tried to guess the spoiler, right? And I asked the guy if I was right or not whenever he came out seeing this before I did. He's like, not quite. And I will say that the film does a magnificent job of not giving you a lot of breadcrumbs to deal with, right? There's not a lot of, if I were to tell, you know, Jaren the spoiler and he were to watch the film, he's like, bro, I would never would have guessed that. Because it's not a film where it's like handed to you from the very beginning. Like, it's guessable. Like, if you pay attention to the very beginning and then slowly you're slowly able to start grasping at some straws. Okay, okay, you have this piece, you have that piece, this person's kind of acting weird, that's going on, that's happening. And then you're starting able, okay, you're starting to get the clear picture of what is exactly going on. And by the way, let me say this much: the characters of this film we get to meet. Oh my god, like I was like, what the heck? Like there's a specific scene where an actress named Karen Shipka is being interviewed by our Agent Harker, right? And the things that Karen Shipka says to Agent Harker are just so disturbing. Like this girl, let's just say, was out of it for a while as far as mentally goes, and she's able to just snap back into reality. And the things she's saying to this woman, I promise you, if I would have said this to Gabby, they'd probably want to kill me for it. Because she's like, oh yeah, I don't mind doing this to you. I don't mind, taking care of you one-on-one. I don't mind if you were to die right now in front of me. I would even do this to myself. I would do all these horrible things to everybody else simply because I want to, simply because I'm being motivated to, if you will. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to give away anything, period. Okay. Now, all I will say is this: there's a lot of seeds with no dialogue, with a lot of just music, a lot of eeriness, if you will. There's plenty of seeds. We are creeped the freak out. Okay. This is a murder crime investigation movie, and there's a lot of scenes where they cover some bodies. They're trying to go through some pictures, and it's like, oh, like you see some of the things that are like the crime that's happening, taking place, and it's like, that's disturbing, that's creepy, that's horrible. Oh my god, how could that person do that? And again, that's what makes this film so daggum weird and creepy. Okay, again, no jump scares, no, this is not a slasher film. It's just super disturbing and super creepy. Okay, I honestly don't really have I don't have that many negatives to say about this film. It did show well enough to where from start to finish, I was genuinely creeped out. I did want to see what I was seeing on screen, but I did anyways, and I enjoyed all the characters involved. I enjoyed the story the most. Now, Gabby, quickly, let me touch on that real quickly. My fiance gave this a 4 out of 10, specifically because she watches a crime documentary series on serial killers. She's heard about so many cases to the point where this film didn't really shock her or face her. I don't. So I'm like, oh my god, that just happened. This is creepy. This is horrible. What the fudge, But I will say this: if you pay attention to all the pieces that this one gives to you, all the flashbacks, the flashbacks are super freaking important. Let me tell you, they're very important because they give you the biggest piece to the whole entire twist that you need to solve. Okay, again, Nicolas Cage. Let me talk about him real quick. Okay, he gives an absolutely outstanding performance. I've seen some films he's in so far this year, terrible. This film, he nails it. He freaking nails it. I read a story, and I mentioned this before, where Micah Monroe, who plays Agent Harker, saw him in costume makeup for the first time. Her heart rate went up to 170 BPM. I understand why. If I saw this guy enter Amazon, the way he was acting, the way he looked, I would run away instantly because he is so weird. He's saying a bunch of nonsense. The way he's acting, it's like, this dude's on some stupid crap. He's on some serious crap right now. Like he's on drugs or something. Acting super weird. I do wish we got more of him. I really do. I wish to God we could have maybe seen his life before he becomes who he becomes in this film, if you will. Because Longlegs, well, it's basically called Longlegs. The only thing I would say kind of maybe negative or nitpick is that the film doesn't showcase him enough for a specific reason. It is for a specific, I understand why I don't show him enough as it is, but I wish to God we could have gotten maybe 10, 15, 20 more minutes of explaining, okay, here's how he became, who he became, and why he became, why he does what he does. Like the motivation, the origin, where it happened, and why he does what he does, right? And I would say the ending specifically, let's talk about the ending. Again, no spoilers, I promise. The ending to me, when the switch went off in this film, the big reveal happens, which I called right away. Like, okay, we're gonna get the big old reveal, right? Made absolutely perfect sense. I didn't question anything. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That dot connects to that dot. I'm seeing everything I need to see. I appreciate that, okay? And I would say this too, even when the things revealed to you, it doesn't stop. If you're what, okay, well, Cash, when the reveal happens, does it still keep going? Yes, it does. It still keeps going. For some people, you may not like that. For some people, you're like, no, I wish it would stop right then and there. We could just end the movie. But I like how it's revealed to you what's going on. And then the ball keeps rolling. We go to the basketball court, if you will. We land a shot, and the game ends with a big old what the fudge. Okay? All I'll say is that the character shows up somewhere, something's taking place, and you're just like, what is going on? What's happening? What? No, stop. Just get someone just stop something from happening. And unfortunately, things happen and then the film ends. And it's like, oh, I could use 10 more minutes, 10 to 15. Come on, more. I need more, you know? And that's all you get. So again, Cast Nation, that's my review of Longlegs. I'm gonna give this either a 9 or 10 out of 10. I enjoyed this film so much. Again, don't go just expecting a lot of jump scares. This is a very creepy, atmospheric film. Very eerie, very says I'll make you uncomfortable. You're just like, get away from me. I don't like this. Ugh, As far as is it the scariest movie of 2024? In my personal opinion, I've only seen a couple of films this year. Night Swim, Imaginary, A Quiet Place Day One, and In About Nature, okay? Out of all four of those films, if I have any more, I'll listen below. I would say to compare it to those, it is for me. For me, it is. I haven't seen a lot of horror films. I didn't watch Tarot, but comparing this to Imaginary, without a doubt, absolutely, without a doubt. This film, I was uncomfortable. I enjoyed it though, and I was just like disturbed the whole time. With Imaginary and Nice Film, I didn't care. I didn't care for the characters. This film, I liked the characters a lot. Night Film, I didn't. In those films, I didn't care about the story. This film, I do care about the story. So for that case, to me, this is the scariest film of 2024. But again, it's not trying to be, it's just very creepy and very disturbing. It makes you very uncomfortable, especially with the first act, by the way. The first act again, what the fudge? Like, you don't think anything's gonna happen the first act without going into detail. It's like, oh, I literally said, oh, out loud in the theater when the first bang drops. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? So again, Cast Nation, as always, thank you for watching my review of Longlegs. Please do a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more reviews, continue the review, sure. And as always, do a favor, comment below how you feel about Longlegs. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Why or why not? Did you see the reveal coming from a mile away? Or like me, like, nah, bro. Third act came, gave me like a break. Can I lie to you? And I definitely recommend you watch this in theaters. 10 out of 10, boom, top seller. But as always, thank you for watching. Peace out, cash out, stay friendly. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.